This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Art of Culture. I'm your host, Althea Alli. In studio today we have Mike Chapman. Mike Chapman is from the Age-Friendly Committee
for the town of Orangeville.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me today.
You're very, very welcome. I'm so interested in chatting with you.
Oh.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, we've been in Orangeville for about 8 years. We moved up here from Brampton. My wife and I have been married for 46 years. We have 3 adult daughters and 4 grandchildren. We actually moved up to Orangeville to to follow our grandchildren. So we have a daughter that moved up here. We actually moved up into their house. We actually live with them. Oh. So it's nice to have that multi-generational thing. So we have a daughter who comes up. We're very family oriented, as most people are. We have a daughter who actually comes up here to work. She deals with people with acquired brain injuries, and so she comes up once a week to work with clients. And when she's here, she comes up and visits with us. We have another daughter who's just finishing. What is she finishing? Mat leave. There we go. with our new youngest grandchild, and because we moved in with our daughter, another daughter, she has a hybrid work environment. So my wife makes the lunches and takes them to school and things like that. So now that I'm retired, my wife would like to get me out of the house a little bit more, and so I've decided to work with the Age-Friendly Committee and do as much as I can volunteering in the community to help.
That's amazing, and it's so amazing that you're able to, be with your family.
Yes.
And the knowledge that you're able to impart on your children and your grandchildren is amazing. I think, and I do this in my family as well, because my dad helps me as well, and my mom helps me. We live a little bit of a distance away from each other, but between my dad, my sister, and my mom, it's kind of kept in our family where they help with taking care of the kids and teaching them. I'm sure your mom or your wife would teach your daughters different recipes or cooking, or have different experiences like that.
It's the other way around, because they experiment more with food than my wife does.
Oh, nice.
So we have at Thanksgiving, we do the turkey, and then they bring all the rest of the food. So my daughter, one of my daughters is married to a Ghanaian, so they bring in sweet potato recipes. Someone else brings in popovers or Yorkshire puddings, and someone else brings the desserts. So they work with my wife on experimenting. Right?
That's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, you get to try different foods.
We try different. They try different foods, and then they try to get us to try different foods.
Well, you know what? As long as you're open and you're prepared to try it, hey.
That's right.
You can like it, you can't like it, but at least you tried it.
At least we tried it. That's correct. That's correct.
And so this is amazing. I have heard that you, or as you have said also, you do a lot in the community. So tell us a little bit about the things that you do in the community.
Well, I was very fortunate when we first moved to Orangeville. I had a local job that didn't require travel, and so I was able to be on the board of directors for the Bethel Hospice Foundation. So I was there for about 2 years helping in that, and then I got a job that required travel, so I had to drop that. So now that I've retired, I've been trying to understand, because I'm a senior now. I was looking at what services, what was available to seniors in the community as a relatively new senior, and it was hard to see, it was hard to find. So I thought that focusing on seniors' issues, especially because that number of people is growing here, would really help find the services for them, help them understand where they are, how to access them, and so forth. So when the new council, led by Lisa Post and Todd Taylor, they looked at to revitalize a number of committees. So economic committees, sustainability committees, and one of them was age-friendly. And I thought that's perfect for me to look and see what is the community doing, what's the town doing, how do we get that information and disseminate it to seniors. And so at the same time, we joined the Orangeville Senior Center. And I thought the best way for me, my wife goes in and does carving and things like that. I'm not a card player, so I thought, let's join the board. Let's understand how to put those things. Let's understand how to connect seniors and get them in and get them involved. And so I joined that as well. And then we participate in as many things as we can. And one of the things that another thing that we do is the Indigenous community with the Dufferin-Caledon Cultural Resource Circle. They have something going on every Tuesday, and so we go over and do the crafts and do things like that. So I'm trying to get involved in as many activities as I can to be able to understand what's available, what services are available, and so forth.
I think it's amazing that you do get yourself involved, because it's important for seniors to be at the table speaking about seniors' needs.
Yes.
While it is impactful to have other age groups at the table, it's important to hear from seniors, because we in my age group wouldn't necessarily know what you in your age group needs. Mm-hmm. And again, coming out of COVID, it's so important to have that interaction. A lot of what we were hearing through COVID was the disconnect, and especially from the seniors community, the isolation, the feeling of, I'm in this alone, and who do I talk to, and how do I get help? And that's kind of deteriorated the health of, some seniors.
Yes.
So it's great that we're able to, to a degree, come back together and have that, one-on-one connection, and even building and having, different groups in arts and crafts and things that you can do, right, together. So that's fantastic that you're able to speak on behalf of the seniors community about the needs and the wants. That's amazing. And I see that you did bring two crafts that you created, one from the seniors community and one from the CDRC, right? Or the Dufferin Cultural Resource Circle.
Yeah, the DCCRC.
There we go. I always say those words correct.
Yes,
incorrect.
Yes. Well,
okay.
The thing is, when you look at the numbers of seniors, 30% of the people in Dufferin County are 55 and older.
Correct.
Right. That's slowly growing. By 2040, about 35% is 30 to 35% is going to be seniors, and of those, about 40% of them are going to be 75 plus.
Yes, there is a large seniors population right now, and
yes.
People entering into that, and there's so many facets of that we do have to look at. The economic side, how we're preparing for those seniors, and again the different programs that we would have. So that is incredible. Can we share some of the art?
Of course, my wife's like, you're going to share what I have? So at the senior center, they have a crafting. They have a crafting class every Wednesday morning. So there's about 12 to 14 people that get together, and my wife did a bird at first, and that she gave away to our one of our grandchildren, and now she's doing a bear, and she's not quite finished it yet. So, but she wanted me to show it to everybody, to say that these are the things that they do. They get together, they help each other, they talk for a couple of hours every Wednesday. It's a great way for seniors to get together, have that time with their cohorts, help each other out, and
It definitely
and do
builds that connection and
Yes.
that support that is so needed.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope that it is having an impact on our seniors, and I hope that more seniors are able to reach out after hearing about it and get that support that they do need. And the other piece, why don't you share the other piece with us and tell us a little bit about it?
Well, we started visiting the Indigenous community. They have a I won't say a class, but it's a gathering. I would say every Tuesday at Tony Rose between 5 and 7, and they talk about a number of things. They do crafts, and they talk about Indigenous issues. They talk about the teachings, and so one of the things that they go through are things like this. So they actually show how the Indigenous community used to do beading, or still do beading, and this is called a bow loom. So my wife was taught how to take a stick, bend it over like a bow, and then use it to bead, and to make things that could be either used for decoration or wampum, etc. So it's an amazing. It took her a little while to learn.
That's amazing.
And she's still not finished yet because she has to understand how to take it apart and put it together and actually make something that goes together. But these are the things the Indigenous community wants to help us understand, is the way they do things that's different from the way that we do things. Help us to understand, to learn, and then to understand their culture better.
This is amazing. I actually didn't know that we had this available in the community. I would love to participate in this too. And then I guess the important info is this is not just for the senior community. Every age can get involved. Yes. And the premise of all this is to learn, the different cultures. But further to this, I mean, the beadwork on this is beautiful.
That's her first time making something like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. Oh, beautiful. And this will help also with dexterity for our seniors. If anyone is, needing that exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the other thing is that as these people start to age, we really want to make sure that they are healthy, that they are active, that they're socially active, because the more we can get that done selfishly, the healthier they are and the less strain they put on our healthcare system. Right?
Exactly.
It's good for everyone for that to happen.
It is definitely. I completely agree with you. These are some excellent programs that we have in the community, and I hope that our community takes that opportunity to go and research and see what works best for them, or even the families can look at this and see what works best for them, and get the kids out there, get parents out there, get grandparents out there, and get involved. I mean, it offers you so much opportunity to learn, to mingle with your community, and to get to create some lovely, lovely crafts. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then after the break, we'll talk more about the different ways to participate in the community.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. This is incredible. I think it's so beautiful.
Inside the ballroom here at Alder Arena here in Orangeville, Ontario for another edition of Blitz Hockey here on Rogers. Miller comes in. Miller with the shot, and he scores! Picks it off, in deep, scores! Oh, and now going after him is Stokes, and now everyone's starting to get involved.
Welcome back. And if you're joining us for the first time, we're in studio here with Mike Chapman. Mike Chapman is from the Age-Friendly Community for the town of Orangeville. He was just sharing with us some of the wonderful committees and groups that we have in the community, and different arts and crafts that people can get involved in, different groups that people can get involved in. So, you know, it's like we were saying before, this is fantastic, the impact that we've been able to have on the community. And can you tell us maybe a little bit more about the roles that you play on the different committees?
Well, the Age-Friendly Committee has about 7 or 8 people. It's headed by Andy McIntosh, one of the councillors, and Cheryl Hamilton, who is the vice chair. It includes a number of seniors to discuss how we can engage with seniors in the community, the best way to do that. Town staff is also included in that to understand what kind of services that we may or may not need to provide. It is a volunteer committee, so we can recommend to council and discuss the things. Our real position is to get out in the community, discuss what they would like to see, discuss what they need, and then try to put that all together. And it can be anything from socialization issues to housing to medical issues, doctors. Eventually that's going to be what to do when the snow gets here. Yes. I mean, there's so many things that are part of that not just help seniors but everyone in the community. So that's the Age-Friendly. That was a revitalized committee. We had it back in 2016, I think, 2017, and then it went away, and now it's back again. We're here for the entire term of the council, so we still have another 2 or 3 years to go. We meet every quarter, and in the meantime, we try to do things like this to get people engaged.
That's great. And you know what? Since it was started up, I mean, back in 2016, the demographic has changed from between then to now. Yeah. So I think it's important that everyone, hears about this committee and you can get involved. And yes. If you feel that you're not being fairly represented, or there's things that you need, you can get involved. Or even if you don't have the time to volunteer, they can contact you, right? There's a contact information that we did put up. So if there's something that you see that you want for the community or yourself, or you think that there are services that the community can benefit from that maybe isn't there right now, there are ways that you can get that information over to the committee. So we did post the contact information, and we will post it again at the end as well, and it'll be there throughout the show. Yes,
there are so many. What I found is there are so many services that we provide that seniors don't know about, and we can talk about that afterwards. I think I put the wrong picture up, didn't we? Did I put the wrong picture up? What picture?
We're gonna put up a few pictures now that you could talk about. Okay. That just show the different interactions in the community and different things that you have been. I think we can put up picture 1. There we go.
Yes, there we go. So this is the carving at the senior center that we're down on Bithia. This is the group that comes every Wednesday morning to carve. So you see the bear that my wife is doing. She's the blonde lady with the red or purple, whatever color that is. There's about 12 to 14 people. They're very helpful. They get together. They talk for a couple of hours. And they really spend some time. They really spend some time working on a variety of projects. There's bird houses. They're carving everything. They're carving everything from bird houses to bears to birds. In the summertime, we have barbecues every week. Yeah. We have dinners every other week in the wintertime. There's cards. There's just about everything that you can possibly do, and it's just a way to get seniors together on a regular basis.
That's amazing. It's amazing. If you're new to the community or don't really know what's out there. I mean, this is a way for you to connect. This is a way for you to, again, participate and learn about your community, learn about people, have that interaction, have that support. And you can also, if there's something that culturally, I'm not sure how open they are to doing different artworks, but maybe present something to them that maybe they can then in turn look at creating.
We are always looking at trying to understand. I'm on the board now, so we're always looking at trying to understand the different cultures in the community, how we can kind of involve them. We're up to about almost 600 members now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, it's grown immensely. Obviously during COVID, there was a lot of isolation. There was a lot of things that happened. Seniors are still nervous about getting out there. They're still nervous about who's wearing masks and who's not wearing masks. And so we're very open about that and trying to get them involved. So we're up to about 600 members now. We'd like to see more. We'd like to see more people getting involved. And so we're also looking at saying, if we don't have, we do bingo every other week, and there's a variety of activities that we do. But if there's something that the community needs, the community would like to see something, and we can get enough people in to make it worthwhile, we're more than happy to add that to the schedule.
Oh, that's amazing. So how about transportation? How can seniors get to these workshops?
Well, that's one of the amazing things, is that the town has decided this council to make transportation, all the busing in Orangeville is free.
Oh, great.
So they've just made some adjustments to try to increase the volume. Right now, previously, busing only covered about 2/3 of the town. So what they've done is they've made busing free. They've changed some of the routes around. There's a new hub on Centre Street behind the Edelbrock or the beer store, which everybody probably recognizes. So there's a new hub there, and what they're going to do now, as well as having free busing, is they're going to look at putting an on-demand bus schedule in. So they're not sure how that's going to work yet, but part of that will be smaller buses, more accessible buses that will be able to cover different parts that they're not covering right now, and maybe get them to a hub, or get them to a bus line to make it easier for them to get around. Since they've started the free busing, ridership has doubled.
That's great.
So it's amazing how to get them around.
And that only adds to their independence.
Yes.
Because I speak to my grandmother, I speak to my parents, and one of the things that I think really bugs them is when they feel that they have to constantly ask for help, or they feel it's a little diminishing for them if you're taking them out of doing everything for themselves, and then now they have to ask for this. Now they have to ask you to take them to the grocery store or wherever it is. This allows them to be able to have that independence, still have that independence.
Yes.
So very helpful for them.
The town is still trying to put it all together. Still, because there's still a cost. So we have, I think the town has to make sure that it's working, that people are using it, but people are using it.
But that's a great step, though.
It's an excellent step. It's an excellent step.
I think we have another picture that we can share.
So this is Sarah. At one of the Indigenous meetings, they were showing us or teaching us how to make dream catchers. And so one of the participants, her name is Sarah, she was very happy to show us what that looks like. So this is another one of the crafts that kind of connects the Indigenous culture and community with people who are unfamiliar with that, and actually teaches them what dream catchers really are, and how they're really put together to make them look authentic and actually be correct. So that's just one of the things. So we have the beading, we have the dream catchers, but that's part of it. But the other part is connecting with the Indigenous community and
learning and understanding.
Yeah. Where they're coming from and how we can better understand the way they live their lives.
Yeah. And we have another photo here.
Well, this is great. This is a seniors luncheon. So the town does a seniors luncheon about twice a year. The reason I'd like to put that one up is that December 6th is another seniors luncheon. So it's gotten big enough now that we use the Alder community, one of the ice rinks. That's the one that we had in June. June is Seniors Month, so the town puts a lot of activities in during that month. October 1st is Seniors Day, and so the town usually does free swims, free things to kind of get seniors involved and understand what they can do. But the seniors luncheon is a great way for people to get together, socialize, etc. The town is really the town staff is really interactive. They're really engaged. They really want to understand what seniors want and get that for them. So they're looking at there's a walking track that's at the Alder Arena.
Yeah.
That's free for everyone to use.
That's amazing that they can utilize that. And do they just need to contact the town, or how do they get involved in that?
Well, the walking track is open all the time,
okay.
Right? They can use that at any point. The town is looking at putting, where the pool eventually will be. There's a viewing area right there. They're looking at making that a little coffee klatch tea place for people to go in. They're going to have things for them to do, so they can get people involved, and they can just drop in and have coffee, talk, and so forth. That's going to be starting, I think, in the new year. There's activities that they're going to do, pickleball and things like that. So the thing to do is for people to get on the website, go to info@orangeville.ca. There are people that get those emails, contact you back, let you know where these things are. I'd be more than happy to talk to people and help them out as much as we can. We really do need we really would like their feedback and their interest and let us know what they want, what they need.
Thank you so much. I thank you so much, Mike, for being on the show today and to tell us about all the things that we have in Dufferin County for our senior population and for the community at large. I mean, these are amazing things that we can all get involved in and get to learn and know about each other.
Yes.
It's absolutely amazing. I think we have such a wonderful community here, and we have such a wonderful, amazing group of people like yourself who are able to get involved and volunteer their time to make our community a better community for every age. And I encourage you to go on your town's website and check out what there is for you to do, what there is for your family to do. And if you are a senior, just check out what there is to do in your community and get involved. Well, thank you again, and I hope to see you on the next show. It's been amazing.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
It'd be a tragedy if we were losing one person to drug overdose every day. 5, 7, or 12 people? That would